So this is Take the Black Pill on the Blackboard series number 4. And we're going to be talking about here this giant body, God. So inside of God are universes. We'll say that's U1, U2, U3. And within souls, S1, S2, and then S3 plus. So God is in control of everything within God. And there's nothing outside of God. So God is not infinite. That's very important. Number 12 turquoise teaches you infinity. So the idea of infinity, cross it out of your mind, right? It's not infinite. It's finite. God is a certain size and limit. But all the souls within it, the billions and billions and billions of souls, interact with one another through command control from the controllers in God. So, God technically can have a conversation, a private conversation, with each and every soul in existence simultaneously. That's what God's power is as far as communication goes. He, she can control all of that all at once. So full conversations with all souls. So the place we're in right now is a little bit different because the way it works is that the colors are in front of God. God can move them, control them, throughout them, but at the same time, they are blocking things as much as they can and creating a simulation of chaos around you. So there is times in existence where we have private conversations with God and everything is unlocked and they're not in the way, right? That's all black. All black conversations. That's when you see her in her true form, which is just seems like an infinite sea of black, but like I said, it's finite, right? So the idea here with the controllers is that you have controller 2, 3, 4, for example. 2, 3, 4. And above God, 1, feeding their entire experience of reality. And they are allowed to feed us, so that's us, 1, 2, 3, 4, 13. We're the 13th number. Our souls are all together that way. And they interact with us. And you'd think that they're in the way, but that's only because God's not doing anything about it in this place. But God can go around all of them and deal with us privately, right? So that's very important to understand. The mathematical way of expressing this is you create a class, which people who know software know this. You create a class, and that class has 12 classes within it. Actually, sorry, 13 classes within it. Should be 13 classes. 12 mega classes. And one multi personnel. So it has many different people. That's who we are all. So you define a class with 13 classes within it and 12 mega classes, one multi-personal with all sorts of people within it. And then you feed the information to the 12 classes, which then feed it to the personal classes, and you have a whole working system. It's that simple. That's the way of mathematically explaining it. Does that mean that's proof that it's the absolute truth? No, it's not proof that it's the absolute truth. But what Black taught me is that this is the way it is, and everything can be expressed mathematically and understood by science. But also for those in the more artistic mind, everything has a beautiful flow to it. And there can be so many different vibrations and so many different colors and so many different paintings to describe all of existence. There's only so many, but that's a lot. We're talking, I can't tell you how many there are, billions and billions and billions of paintings that can describe all of reality. Right? So on the art side of things, everything can be explained, and on the math side of things, everything can be explained. So math can equal full understanding So, and art can also equal the same thing. Full understanding, right? So that's all that you have to see with that. That explains to you who God is. Now we can go even deeper into things like, what is her personality like? Well, you have to comprehend something very large and complicated. That controls both good and evil. So anything that happens that is good, she did that. Anything that happens that's evil, she did that. Right? So that's very uncomfortable for some people, but bear with me. Don't be afraid, right? It says through the Bible many times this is true. Don't be afraid. Both good and evil. Above all, God is order. Right? Not chaos, that's orange. God is order, black. Right? That's the most important thing to understand, because when you understand that, you get that there's a time and place for everything in existence. Not everything possible. That's not true. So strike that out. Anything is possible. Anything is possible equals bullshit. Very important to understand that, right? So strike that from your mind. It's not anything is possible. It's that there's certain things that will happen at certain times, sometimes very tragic and upsetting and very much uncomfortable to the soul, but it is that way, right? So you understand that she's large. She has all these different thought patterns and feelings, but ultimately, what is her goal? Get us back home. That is what God needs. So everything in this whole place is running to do that. Get us back home sooner or later, right? That is very much how it is.